create a vSphere role and assign permissions to a user on using our VMWARE Power CLI. Okay, so for the automating this task, I will go to my lab or my labs.whole.vmware.com, and from that I can log into my Chrome browser. Okay, this is the Chrome browser, and here I can log into the vSphere client, which is vcss01a.corp.local, and I can use the authentication by login. After login, I will use the PowerShell command line interface, and I will connect to my vCenter server by my manual. So this is my vCenter server, vcss01a.corp.local. Okay, so I can log in or I can connect to the vCenter server by using this command line. So this is the command line for my ESXi host. Okay, so this is the IP address of the vcss01a.org.local. This is the vCenter server. Okay, which is this at the URL. And now, after connecting the vCenter server, what we have to do, we have to perform this task while creating a you read on the user. Okay, for and assign the permissions in vSphere role. Okay, so for this, the prerequisite is we have to connect to the vCenter server, which we have already done. In this case, we have already done. And the second prerequisite, the procedure we will follow. What for this, we have to get the privileges of the read on the role first. Okay, so we'll type this command by assigning the dollar symbol. Okay, so I will go to my lab environment and I will open here Notepad, and from Notepad I will paste the command. So this will give me the read-only attribute of the user which is being login on the my vSphere profile. Okay, so that I can paste this command here. Okay, this command successfully run. Okay, now we will check a new role with the privileges of this merge. Okay, so we have to create a new role now for with the ESX this with this privilege with the read-only privileges with the variable which we have called here. Okay, so with these privileges we have to uh, call the variable. So we will copy this command again, and we will go to our notepad, and here we can paste it sequentially. So you can see that this variable we have created here to assign the privileges on the node, and which is assigning them role one. Okay, so we are assigning them role one as a new roles, or and when we have to check the roles and permissions, we can go to here, and our on the vSphere level if we have to check the permissions, then we have the users also. Okay, so here these are the roles and permissions we have. These are the global permissions on the VCSA 01A client. This is local users. So in this way, we are creating a read-only user with a local permission. Okay, with the read-only privileges. So I will go to my lab and our Power CLI environment and run this command with the read-only privileges for the assigning the new roles. Okay, this command also successfully ran. Now I can add the power on privileges to the new role. Okay, so I have to add this new specific role, and so for that I have to take the get privileges role. We can understood this command here in a better way. So I can check this command line here. Now I have to assign the name as power on, I have assigned it the name. Okay, for the read only privileges for the power on, this is the role assignment I have done, and it set VI role to role one, and we have add the privileges. So this command will call here. Okay, this variable we will call here, and we'll create a read only permission, create a permission and apply it to the vSphere root object. So root object is our this only where we have our vCenter is placed. So this is the root object. Okay, so in the similar way, after assigning those permissions, we will check for the root only folder. So till that time, we can run this command here. Okay, our on our vCenter server. So I will paste this command here. Role one we have done. Now after that we will check on the add on privileges. You can add the power on role privileges. Okay. So this command I will add here. Get VIP privileges and power on. Okay. So this command I will paste here. Get VIP privileges with power on was not found using the specified filter. Okay. So we can get the other privileges account. Let's say NX6 auditor, I have to get the role. Okay, so I can mention the this command line as NS6 auditor. This is also not found. So we check the list. Get VA privilege. Let's assign only the main. Or we just run the command. No, list is not a parameter. So the name is not identifying the power on. And if we try running this command, let's see what happens. So whichever role is there in our read-only file, we can assign those privileges and we can run this command now. I will press Ctrl C and I will run this command. So this value I have will put here in power and adding the privileges. A position parameter cannot be found using role one. Okay. So this role one we have to specify anyway which roles we are talking about. We have to give the name of the specific role. Let's say in our parameter, if we try giving the role, let's say I will give the role of user group, let's say administrator, okay, or NSX auditor I will give here. Already exists. Okay, we have create a new role, then why it is not taking the role one? Okay, let's assign the permissions and apply to the vSphere root object. So let's even if it's not running, we would be getting the hierarchy or the procedure, standard procedure on how we can add this parameter or how we can create a role privileges using this command line. So this root folder will call here. Okay, so we'll get the folder list by this running this command list. Okay, so in the recursion way, we will call this folder recursively. Okay, so first I will call the folder as a recursively, and then we can assign those read-only permissions. So we can pull the permissions as per our agenda. Okay, and so we have to assign the permissions according to the role. So then we can go ahead. Okay, so this part when I have to click on X. Okay, and after that I will run this command for permission one to get the permissions on the root folder, assigning the principal and the root user. Okay, so here you can see that I am assigning the root folder and they're assigning the read-only permissions to the newly created role. Okay, so new permission missing an argument for the parameter propagation gate propagate the system dot boolean. Okay, so it's not calling the command line for the principal parameter will accept the both local and domain users and groups if the vCenter system is joined in AD. Okay, so it wants to say that our vCenter system is already joined in AD because it is having a domain as core.local. Okay, you can see here, so it is joined to the AD only. So we are good with it. Then next we will update the new permission with the custom role. Okay, so we will try to create this. Okay, so we'll set the permissions and assigning it to the new role, which is we have created for the role one. Okay, so this role one which we have created, here we are assigning the permissions by role one. Okay, so this parameter will call now, and we will press enter. Okay, cannot validate argument on the permission. The argument is null or empty. Please provide an argument that is null or not empty. Okay, so we have to provide such an argument which is not null or empty. Okay, so those parameters not accepting because our role one is not privileged to create here on our lab environment. But anyway, you can try with your own environment in our lab. Means in your own set of home lab. Okay, so that you can get to know how the environment works and for with the command line interface. So thank you for watching, guys.